What's up, everybody? It's your boy TGK back with another one. Today we're going to talk about the matchup, the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Los Angeles Lakers. Ladies and gentlemen, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up for the big time playoffs around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. I can't wait. Luka Doncic, first time as a third seed. I hate when I'm trying to fix this hat. It looks all ridiculous right now. Anyway, man, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a very, very quick preview of just the teams in general. Throughout the week, I'll do more in-depth matchups like Luka and Ant Edwards analytics, and then LeBron and Austin Reeves and the role players of the Timberwolves analytics. So today's just going to be more about the teams, what they look like, what they have done since the All-Star break. We'll look at the entirety of the entire season, whatever. We'll look at the whole season, and then we'll look at what they've done since the All-Star break, and then more specifically what they've done over the last 10 games or so. So, without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get started. Enough of the fluff. Let's get straight to the stuff. So, without further ado, let's show you these stats. Okay, so for the season, the Lakers are 50-32. They average 113.4 points per game, shot 47% from the field, 36% from the three-point line. It's just very basic stats. And then right under them are the Minnesota Timberwolves at 49-33. All right, 49-33, just one game worse than the Lakers. They average 114 points per game, shot 46% from the field, and 37.7% from the motherfucking three-point line. That's gonna be kind of a bit of a problem, if you want to consider if they were able to maintain that shooting percentage. That's if, very much so if, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's look at these stats since the All-Star break and see what this looks like. Now, the Timberwolves since the All-Star break has been a damn good team, man. Look at this. They're 18-8 since the break. They are shooting 48% from the field, as you see right here, 48% from the field, and still 37.7% from the three-point line. Yeah, they've been playing great since the All-Star break, man. The Lakers are 18-12, averaging 113-point games, where the Timberwolves were averaging 120. The Lakers shot 47% from the field and 37% from three as well. The major differences between these two teams is the Timberwolves had a plus minus of 8.4, whereas the Lakers had a plus minus of 2. So you would say, the Lakers are going to have an uphill battle. You're going to have an uphill battle because the Timberwolves has been a bit battle tested since the All-Star break. So they might give the Lakers some issues. They very well just might, ladies and gentlemen. They very well just might. You have to sometimes trust the stats and to tell you that, they are a good team. But the Lakers did play a ton more games than any other team in the league, due to the fires out in the West Coast. So, well, let me not say any other team, but they did play a lot more games than the majority of the teams in the league. So there's that, right? Let's go ahead and get back to it. Okay, so let's look at the advanced analytics. Again, let's go post All-Star. This gives you a better vantage point. The best offenses, the Timberwolves were the second best offense in the league since the All-Star break. That is a little bit concerning, right? That is a little bit concerning because are the Lakers going to be in, full form defensively, which you would think they would be. But the Lakers had the 17th best offense in the league since the All-Star break. But again, our main guys were out for some time. As far as the defensive rating, the Warriors had the best defense. And we scroll down, the Timberwolves had the 12th best defense with 112 defensive rating. And then the Lakers, they had 113 defensive rating. But the Lakers have shown you that they could be in the 108s, 109s, 105s, things of that sort. But the Timberwolves, again, you have to give them credit because when you look at the net ratings, the Timberwolves are up there as one of the top 5 teams since the All-Star break. I don't want to act like they're just going to be some pushover, like when Shannon Sharp is going to say whatever he says, Timberwolf, werewolf. I can't even come up with anything else. Lakers at 5, right? Whatever he says, all right? We are not going to overlook the Timberwolves. They've been playing great since the All-Star break, and that's how we got to look at them. Again, they've been beating their teams by an average of 8.3 points per game, whereas the Lakers has been beating their teams by 2.1 points per game. Now, let's take a look here. Let's go over like the last 5 games and see if there's something more specific here that we can see. Over the last 5, the Timberwolves are 4-1. The Lakers are 3-2. As far as the best offensive ratings are concerned, Lakers had a 119 rating, Timberwolves a 123. Defensive rating, Timberwolves with a 112 rating, the Lakers with a 113 rating. So as far as the last 3 games, things look a little bit closer in that sense. So there's that. So there's that, right? I mean, because when you look at the rosters, right? So let's go and let's take a look at the rosters. Let's go ahead and let's put the Timberwolves here. Okay, so the Timberwolves. This is. Let me go from post All-Star. There we go. So these are the stats of all the Timberwolves players since the All-Star break. And Anthony Edwards, he is averaging 27.8 points per game. Pretty damn good, shooting 46% from the field, 35% from the 3, averaging 5 rebounds, 4.6 assists, and 2 turnovers. Julius Randle up there with 18.2. Rudy Gobert with 15.4. Wow. And 12 rebounds and just 1 block. That's crazy. Jaden McDaniels with 13.8, Naz Reid with 13.7, Dante with 12.9, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker with 10.7, and Mike Conley with 8.1. And they don't have necessarily a point guard. When you look at these assist numbers, Anthony Edwards with 4.6, Julius Randle with 5.2, and 3, 4. Like, the Lakers are going to be able to find ways to scheme this up. It just depends on how they're going to go about scheming this game up, right? Let's go. Who's taking the most 3-point shots? So Edwards taking the most 3-point shots on his team with 10. Dante with 7. Naz Reid with 6. Alexander Walker with 4, almost 5. Julius Randle with 4. Mike Conley with 3. And their shot percentages are pretty decent. Naz Reid, since the All-Star break, is shooting 32% from the 3, which is pretty surprising considering how lights out he was last year in the playoffs. But yeah, man. So when you look at that, it's just like there's something missing about this team, and it's really a point guard. It is really a point guard. Mike Conley is, well, how many minutes is he playing per game? 24. They're just really missing a point guard, and they're gonna find ways to make games competitive. But again, the Lakers have a big time advantage when it comes to creating offense, and but again, Anthony Edwards has improved. Dante DiVincenzo does help. Julius Randle does get just as much, or probably gets the most assist on this team. Matter of fact, let's take a look at that. Who gets the most assist on this squad? Yeah, Julius Randle, bro. Gets the most assists, but he does average 3 turnovers. Anthony Edwards almost gets 5 assists, but he averaged 2.5 turnovers. So even though they're getting assists, their turnover to assist ratio is, or assist to turnover ratio is, 2 to 1, or 1.5 to 1. It's just, it's not great necessarily. Mike Conley, obviously that's good. That's better. 4 assists to 1 turnover. Again, they just don't have a point guard to set things up, but again, if they're scoring as many points as they are, they're pretty proficient in that sense. As far as the Lakers are concerned, I think you already know what to expect. This is going to be a lot of Luka, a lot of Reeves, a lot of LeBron James. Look at this. Luka averaging 29 points per game. LeBron 24.7, and Austin Reeves 22.2. Just, 3-headed monster, ladies and gentlemen. 38% from 3 for Luka, 33% from 3 for LeBron, 40% from 3 for Austin Reeves. Luka with 7.8 assists, but almost 4 turnovers. So it's just as bad as the ratio. LeBron just as bad a ratio, 6 turnovers and 3 3 turnovers, and then same thing for Austin Reeves. So I don't know, man. I think in the playoffs, obviously things are going to tighten up, and the style of play, the style of games are going to benefit Luka and the Lakers a lot more in that sense. And you already know Luka loves to attack Rudy Gobert, and LeBron James. Yeah, I just can't wait. I think it's going to be an amazing setting when you think of what LeBron and Luka could do, especially Reeves as well in a playoff setting. You're going to see Anthony Edwards. Could they upset the Lakers? Like, this is going to be some prime time stuff. Unfortunately, this is on a WrestleMania night, so I'm gonna be doing a pregame show and be hosting on playback while I'm watching on WrestleMania. So for those that want to tune in and be a part of that, definitely click the link down below in the description for my playback, and we'll be able to watch all the games together. But yeah, man, I think this is gonna be a really fascinating matchup, just because, again, one team's been playing lights out since the All-Star break, and then the other team has been trying to figure it out as they're going along the season. Let me see if I can find something else for us here. Give me a sec. Let me see. Okay, so I found something. So this is the opponent shooting percentage against the Timberwolves. As you see here, at less than 5 feet, opponents are scoring 61% from the field. Within 5 and 9 feet, they're shooting 44%. Within 10 and 14 feet, opponents are shooting 50% against the Wolves. 15 to 19 feet, they're shooting 38%. 20 to 24 feet, they're shooting 38%. And then 25 to 29 feet, they are shooting 35%. So, well, what does this tell you, right? Attack the basket. Get Rudy in space and attack the basket, man. That's how I would look at this. Get them in space, attack the basket. Let's take a look for the Lakers and see how they've been defending since the All-Star break. Lakers are giving up 64% within 5 feet, 44 within 5 to 9 feet, 43 within 10 to 14 feet, 31 15 to 19 feet, 36 20 to 24 feet, and 35 with 25 to 29 feet. Okay, let's see what else. Let's see what else we got. Play type. Isolation defense. Let's go with isolation defense. Let's see who is the best team at this stat category. All right, so this is like how well defensively teams are playing in isolation, and the Thunder are up there. They're the best team at defending in isolation. But the Lakers are right there, not too far away from that. And they deal with more isolation frequency than majority of those teams. But let's go to the Timberwolves. Oh, they're almost giving up a point per isolation play, bro. Wow. Are the Timberwolves one of the worst isolation defensive teams? They are. That's crazy. Huh. Okay, look at that. Field goal percentage, field goal efficiency, percentile. Yeah. Timberwolves are in the bottom 20.7 percentile in isolation defense. Okay. Let's see. Shot dashboard. Let's go. Yeah, that's fine. All right, let's take a look. Let's see where they get their majority of their shots for the Timberwolves post All-Star break. Let's see what the hell they've been doing, right? Oh, that doesn't tell me much. Shot clock, dribble, shot dashboard, box scores, shooting. There we go. My fault. I clicked the wrong one. Let's get this again. This kind of lets us know how they've been, where they get the majority of their shots from. So less than 5 feet, they're taking 29 shots. 5 to 9 feet, they're taking 10 shots. 10 to 14 feet, they're taking about 6 shots. 15 to 19 feet, they're taking 2 shots, so they're not shooting much from that area. 20 to 24 feet, they're taking 17 shots, and 25 to 29 feet there, taking 23 shots. So obviously they're going to attack the basket quite a bit, and they're going to shoot a ton of threes. So that's your Timberwolves right there. A lot of basket attacks, a lot of threes. Let's take a look at the Lakers. Let's see what theirs is like. 24 from 5 feet, 8 from 5 to 9 feet, 7 from 10 to 14, 4 from 15 to 19, 13 from 20 to 24, and 25. So the Lakers seems a little bit more spread out. It looks a little bit better in that sense. So it's gonna be interesting. Again, the Lakers do not have any rim protection like the Timberwolves do, but again, when you got LeBron, you got Luka, you got Reeves, you can really expose them. I think that where the Timberwolves could give the Lakers issues is, damn, that's gonna be tough. Now what I think of it, because like say Randall starts trying to post up like Rui Hachimura, LeBron, or Luka, those guys can hold themselves in the post against Randall. He's gonna get them a couple times, but they'll be able to hold themselves. It's really gonna come down to shutting down Anthony Edwards. Can the Lakers shut him down? Can they guard him? Or can they just gas him out like the Mavericks did last year? Honestly, that's what really this series is going to come down to. It's going to come down to Anthony Edwards. When you see everything else, all the stats shows that these teams are kind of even. But in the playoff scenario, you know, Luka and LeBron step up on a whole different level. And we've seen glimpses of it from Anthony Edwards. Now we really got to see it in this kind of situation where it's really you versus greats. And can Anthony Edwards come up and drag his team across the finish line against the Lakers, man? It's going to be really interesting and a lot of fun this upcoming Saturday. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think of that brief breakdown and preview of this upcoming matchup. I'll have more in-depth breakdowns between certain players like Luka and Anthony Edwards, and then LeBron and Reeves and the Wolves role players. We'll get into those kind of videos throughout the week. Again, appreciate y'all being here. Like, subscribe, consider becoming a member. Again, it's been your boy TGK. And I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. We out.